on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Fargo police not taking any chances as they move into a neighborhood near downtown Fargo, just off of University Drive.
They called out the SWAT team and the department's Bearcat assault vehicle to serve a couple of search warrants. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker is on the scene right now to tell us what they were looking for and who. Cornelius?
Mike, Stephanie, what they were looking for remains a mystery. Whenever we got a chance to speak with them, they told us that they couldn't tell us because it is part of an ongoing investigation. And as to who they were looking for, they found 8 people inside the house. They've taken them all in for questioning, arresting one of them on unrelated charges and saying some of the other people could be arrested as well. And as you can see here in this video, a huge law enforcement presence was here, making sure everything went off without a hitch.
Utilize the SWAT team on search warrants. It's based on a collection or a totality of information that we have. In this particular case, based on the people that we knew were inside and their criminal history, also information we have based on other individuals stating there possibly could be weapons inside the residence, brought us to a point where we felt it was most appropriate to utilize the SWAT team.
I can tell you that the scene has died down considerably since I was here earlier this evening. Traffic is moving freely. And make sure you follow us on the Valley News Live Facebook page for any updates on the situation. Reporting from near downtown Fargo, Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Cornelius. Not only on our Facebook page, we'll stick with Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com for updates on this story.
Well, it is a weekend that tens of thousands of hunters have been waiting for. It's the deer opener.
But in North Dakota, this year marks the fewest number of deer tags given out since 1978. Valley News Team's Krista Baim looked at how, for some, it's cut business in half.
It's been a sacrifice for Tim Skauge. For the past 18 years, he spent his time at Prime Cut Meats, trading in his shotgun for a butcher knife.
We skin and cut deer up. We have a separate building we do that in, and then we start making sausage for them.
But this Friday, deer opener has been one of the slowest he's seen.
The decline has been enormous. I mean, we're down a fair amount from what we normally are, and which is expected since there's 100,000 less licenses than there was back 10 years ago.
Only 2 deer checked in at Prime Cut Meats on opening day, but that's better than last year, with none.
It's coming back up, but it's going to take a few years yet.
It's a similar sight at Castleton Cold Storage.
You got everything you need, Craig?
Where hunters stop by slowly.
Getting kind of late for not seeing anything yet.
Eventually, some sharing their tales of the hunt.
Very few people out. Saw a few deer, 7 or 8, I suppose.
And fewer have been processed here. 5 finishing the opening day.
Fridays are generally slow.
An average season brings in 500 to 700 deer. But both shops expect far less.
I wouldn't be surprised if we were down another 100, 150 this year.
A drop in business both can work with. Krista Baim, Valley News Live.
Butchers tell us the Friday of deer opener tends to be slower, but not this slow. They usually get more deer brought in as the weekend continues.
Family and friends have decided to hold off on a ground search tomorrow for a missing Bemidji woman, in hopes that deer hunters may find clues this weekend. Police now suspect foul play in the disappearance of Rose Downwind. She's been missing for more than 2 weeks. Police have named Marcello Cimarusti and Christopher Davis as persons of interest in this case. Police already know the current whereabouts of these men, but they want to know the exact location of where anyone may have recently spotted the trio or their truck at the time of Downwind's disappearance. The men were driving a pewter-colored 2001 GMC Yukon with a Minnesota plate. If you have any information regarding earlier sightings of the men or the truck, you're asked to contact Bemidji Police.
A well-known athlete in the Fargo sports community, has passed away after a fight with brain cancer. Zach Kraft is a Fargo North graduate who scored the game-winning goal in the 2012 state hockey tournament. After high school, he played for the Fargo Force, the Aberdeen Wings, and the Wisconsin Wilderness. On Zach's Caringbridge site, family noted that he was resting comfortably at home under hospice care. The post finished with, "Zach is our hero and inspiration. Thank you all so much for the prayers and love."
Fargo Shanley school leaders say that their constitutional rights have been taken away. Leaders say the North Dakota Activity Association has banned the school from praying before a football game.
The Activity Association says they're following Supreme Court law. Valley News Team's Macy Enger found out why the issue is coming up now.
I haven't heard anyone complain about it before, so I don't know why they're complaining about it now.
These guys have made it to the playoffs. They're hoping for a win. But Shanley school leaders hope that won't be the only win tomorrow. The school says since it's a home game, it will run the ticket sales and provide an announcer for the game. It should be able to say a prayer over the PA system.
I think that it's silly. Since we're a Catholic school, you're going to have prayer, and the school should be allowed to do what the school would like.
But because it's a playoff game, the North Dakota Activities Association is sponsoring the event. The group has said they're a public entity, and that means they follow federal law. A Supreme Court ruled that it's unconstitutional to say a prayer over the PA. The controversy comes after this photo went viral on social media. St. Mary's and Kindred High School football teams prayed together after last weekend's playoff game in Bismarck. Parents say that's because the Activities Association said they couldn't pray before the game.
Because we send our kids to a private school where prayer and everything is part of their daily life, it's important to include it in all aspects of their life.
We need a defense out.
It's still unclear what will happen at tomorrow's game. In Fargo, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
If you would like to read the school or activity association statements in full, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. And we will be out at the Shanley game tomorrow, and we'll update this story for you.
Earlier today, President Obama rejected the proposed Keystone XL pipeline project, ending years of debate and marking a big win for environmentalists. Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer has the story from the White House.
With the announcement, President Obama shot down supporters' arguments that the pipeline would have grown the economy and lowered gas prices. Overall, his statement reflected his commitment to fight climate change. He says the time to act is now, before it's too late.
Frankly, approving this project would have undercut that global leadership.
When the debate first started, unemployment was high, which could have compelled voters to support the 1,200-mile-long pipeline. Obama says with unemployment now at 5%, the plan wouldn't have had a serious impact on the numbers. Obama's announcement didn't come without reaction from Republicans in both the House and the Senate. House Speaker Paul Ryan says Obama's decision rejects tens of thousands of good-paying jobs. The proposed pipeline would have run from Canada to Nebraska and connected to other pipelines across the country. But it faced backlash from environmentalists who said it could harm the landscape.
We would have seen increased carbon emissions in Canada and the United States and risks all up and down the route.
It took President Obama 7 years to make this decision, and Anthony tells me they took the time they needed, and it sent a strong message to the international community ahead of next month's Paris climate talks. Reporting at the White House, I'm Kelly Meyer.
And the president will travel to Paris next month for the United Nations Climate Change Conference. The White House says they're hoping to negotiate an international agreement that can curb global warming.
The U.S. Supreme Court has decided to hear another challenge to the Affordable Care Act, this one from religiously affiliated nonprofit groups. It's the fourth dispute over President Obama's health care plan, also known as Obamacare. This latest challenge includes 7 cases filed by religiously affiliated hospitals, colleges, and charities that say providing free contraceptives to women violates their religious beliefs. The justices will hear pending appeals from groups in the nation's capital and 6 states.
Fake IRS calls is a scam that just keeps on going, and the fraudsters are grabbing the attention of the Cass County Sheriff's Office. Today, the office says it received multiple reports of these scam calls and believe that it's a phishing scam to collect your personal information. Here are some tips to avoid getting scammed. Never give your personal details to people you don't know. Check your bank statements. If you see anything unusual, like transactions, contact your bank or credit card provider. Beware of lotteries that charge a fee before delivery of your prize, and review your credit report. And the Polk County Sheriff's Office has received multiple reports of pre-recorded phone calls claiming to be the IRS. In these calls, there are claims of actions pending and a request for the victim to return the call. Again, this is a scam, and never give out your personal information. And for more stories like this and others, remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You'll then follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley